Welcome to this Jet Worldwide presentation, Understanding Harmonized Codes and Tariff Classification. Understanding the basics of harmonized codes is fundamental for everyone importing and exporting goods. In fact, it's one of the most fundamental yet often overlooked aspects of cross-border transactions. Even when using a customs broker, importers and exporters themselves have the ultimate responsibility for correct HS classification. Note that we use the terms Harmonized Code, HS Code, and Tariff classifications interchangeably. They all refer to the system for classifying goods for export and import. So, what exactly is the Harmonized System? The Harmonized System is a globally recognized way to classify virtually every item imaginable. Along with country of origin and declared value, HS codes are one of the three main factors in determining admissibility and rate of duty. Take the word shoe, for example. It can refer to countless products from things we put on our feet, to a thingamajig for welding, a camera part, the end of an electrical wire, to a tool used in railroad construction, and so on, and so on. All with specific HS codes to more clearly identify the goods to customs and other regulatory authorities. The HS code system is maintained by the World Customs Organization, or WCO. Each country has their own version, yet share the same principles. The HS code system can be compared to a sort of encyclopedia, with sections, chapters, headings, and subheadings. The system includes standard rules to interpret where your product fits within this huge encyclopedia of codes. This is referred to as the General Rules of Interpretation, or GRI. We will cover the first two rules as they are the most fundamental. The first rule instructs users to consider the headings and chapters as they appear. They are to be taken in their usual trade sense. In other words, don't overthink it. Take this example. If you manufacture motors, the term electric machinery, Chapter 85, and heading 8501 electric motors and generators is, well, pretty much self-explanatory. And then, say your motor has an output of 37 watts, less than 37.5 watts, thus, you have your basic HS code determined, 8501.10. The second rule refers to the essential character of the goods. When goods consist of different materials or made up of different components, classification is determined according to the material or component that gives the goods their essential character. If that cannot be determined, the classification is based on the material or component that comes first in the numerical order of the headings. Taking the previous example of the electric motor. Say this motor is shipping as part of a windshield wiper system. Its essential character would no longer be a motor, but a windshield wiper system, and thus not 8501.10, but 8512.40. Another example. Say you're importing a hairdryer with a built-in radio. First of all, why would you do that? But anyway, the essential function and correct classification would be as a hairdryer, not a radio. Where it can become less obvious is when classifying more obscure industrial parts. When doing so, keep asking yourself, what is the essential character? The harmonized system includes an allowance for local variations. These variations mostly follow the first 6 digits. In other words, the basic classification, i.e. the first 6 digits, remain the same. HS codes are necessary for both export and import declarations. Import declarations can be more impactful as it can affect admissibility as well as the rate of duty. Note that the code for export may differ from the code necessary for import. International resources can be helpful as well. Most countries publish their tariff schedules online. Some go further by providing HS code lookup tools, starting with the product description. Our website includes links to many of these resources. To facilitate high-volume e-commerce imports, some countries have developed a generic harmonized system, or GHS. Canada's GHS system allows e-commerce imports via the post or courier to utilize this simplified system. Instead of having to classify hundreds of different clothing items, for example, you can group this category via one generic code. The rate of duty is the same or higher, but the simplified processing is a great value for e-commerce importers. And a final note on HS classifications. To make sure you are applying the correct HS code, most customs authorities, including the American, Canadian, and European customs, provide an advanced ruling service. This service helps to verify application of the correct HS code. This is especially useful for higher values and when the correct code may not be so obvious. Having an advanced ruling will help protect you in the case of a post-entry audit. And there you have it, the basics of understanding and applying the correct tariff classification. Consult with JET's best-in-class logistics team for shipping rates and global project support.